Unfortunately, the revenues are not matching with our plans. That's for sure. Whereas the revenues of Entebbe are a little bit increasing, they are increasing for investment in the facilities at Entebbe. Of course, certainly they can't be enough for other airports. There has to be deliberate government investment into this regional airport. Initially, they actually are not breaking even. You know that. Because they are used as facilities for transport. For instance, just like a road does not necessarily have to pay its costs because there are other objectives for starting a road. Same with these airports. They would start with initial investment from government, but eventually they will maintain themselves. The revenues, I have no doubt in my mind that Kidepo, Kisoro, Kasese, and Arua, well facilitated, eventually will cover their own costs. In aviation, we are about regulation of the industry, safety and security of the industry. We are expecting a universal safety oversight audit for Uganda in September this year. And we have been preparing for that audit. That has quite a lot of activities. We are tested for our capacity to regulate the industry. Airlines, training institutions, maintenance organizations, operators like airports, all these are going to be audited. The way we are regulating them, the way we are maintaining their safety operations by the global regulator called ICAO. That is a huge activity, not just for UCAA, but for the country, because we must be seen to comply with the standards. And it is incumbent upon us, the regulators, to make sure operators are complying with safety and safety regulations, and eventually also security, because it will also be audited after. So it is a huge activity that we are undertaking. There is also an expected meeting, a huge conference for the G77 plus China. That one must come when we have facilities, for instance, aprons, enough aprons, and we should be able to handle those huge numbers of people. And we are preparing our facilities also for that. What I have just been talking about, improving those facilities, but also working with airlines to look at their cost computations and make sure that certain things are eased. For instance, airport landing fees. Domestic airport landing fees are the lowest in the region. Trying to actually attract as many of these flights as possible. Also creating these facilities in such a way that they have got cost recovery, simple cost recovery effects. We don't make any profits on it. We just are looking. Promotion of this industry is about recovering the costs that you incur, not anything else. So we are not actually profit oriented. Yes, it is simply facilitation, and what we are charging is carefully calculated to recover that very cost only. Yes. Of course, we have been doing a lot of air shows. Prior to COVID, we did a huge air show, and we are planning another one, just to make sure we make Ugandans to know that this is their service. They should not remain as if it is a service of the very rich. And actually, when each time we do that, we see an increase in the job, because the people, the industry is demystified to show that actually this is a service for everybody. And of course, we also urge airlines to have a robust marketing system, internal marketing system, and also other related sectors like tourism, to make sure they market. Because by the time you take a decision to travel, you are traveling to somewhere to see something. It's not just traveling for the sake. So we have also learned, and I can share this with you, that Ugandans, actually, when they are going from point A to point B, they are not only going to point B, they go to point B from point A through point, say, C, maybe to see a relative, maybe to see what. It is important that that is known also. Ugandans have no, on the whole, on the average, they are not going for just one single journey. Either if you are coming from here to Masaka, maybe you have an old grandmother in Rukaya, then you want to branch there. That's not possible for air transport. So it is, again, one of those things that we need to do as a country to promote the industry, as airlines to market our facilities, as tourism centers to market our tourism attraction centers, and so on and so forth. Target for 2023, actually, we think we should be at our usual figures of between 1.8 million to 2 million. But of course, remember, through our strategic plan, we had planned that by 2025, we should be handling 3.5 million passengers. That's before COVID, that was our plan. And actually, we are moving towards that, because we expected in 2020 to handle 2.5 million. We are moving a little bit. And because of the numbers we are seeing now, even with these pandemics, even if we don't make it 3.5, in 2025 we should be somewhere near 2.7, 2.8 there. Yes. But of course, as I said, that's subject to things remaining normal without these threatening pandemics and so on and so forth. But we are available all the time. We are ready for anything, both as an aviation regulator and operator, but also as a country, as you have seen. Because it's very, very rare do you see even presidents of the countries coming out to pronounce themselves regularly on some of these matters. That, for me, brings a lot of confidence in our systems.